next hour. Excellent.
And we welcome to the show now the great Derek Fisher, who looks like he could still play.
No way.
Which is a good thing because hey, you can hit threes at a better clip than some of the guys we have.
No.
But great to see you, man. How are
Thank you? I'm good, John. I'm good, man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to
Haven't
you.
seen
And
you
I
guys
guess
in a year.
I guess I can call you Coach Derek Fisher. You're
Yeah.
coaching at Crespi this year. How's that
Yes.
going?
I'm enjoying it. We have practice in a couple hours, so you can ask them how they're enjoying
I'm
it.
I'm sure hearing from you.
What made you take that job? What were you looking for?
Well, having boys of our own, that have kind of one's a senior, two are freshmen. So seeing what the seniors' high school experience has been the last few years, and then kind of looking ahead to what the high school experience might be for the younger ones, instead of wondering and what if and complaining or having my thoughts about it.
Sure.
I thought it was the right time to get involved.
Nice.
And try to be of some positive impact.
Okay, so you played, of course, for Phil Jackson and won titles with Phil, but you played for some other guys too, and you had a long NBA career. What's the voice in your head when you're coaching? Who do you hear yourself repeating? Is it your high school coach? Is it your college coach? Is it Phil? Is it kind of a combination of everybody?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everybody. The most of what I'm preaching is the same stuff. Like, the only thing that really matters is winning.
Right.
It's why people care so much about this team, this organization, this franchise, is because of the winning. So whatever you are looking for individually in terms of likes, mentions, follows, scholarship offers, college coaches, scouts, all the stuff, the more you win, the more opportunity they have to see what you're made of. And so that's a little bit of all of them kind of mixed in there. Some language is more colorful than others. So I try to mix that up too, where I'm not as colorful all the time, but also, try to be honest with the guys as well.
Derek Fisher's with us, Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN, live from Ralph's in Redondo Beach, along with Bibigo, the official game day snack of the Los Angeles Lakers. So D-Fish, how connected are you to this Lakers team? How close do you follow it?
You see, he's on Spectrum. So
right, you're on Spectrum. You're doing the games. What do you think of this group?
I'm in the studio, so I know no more than what
you see on the
everybody
TV.
knows from outside, other than just from my basketball perspective. But I enjoy being in the studio a lot. Like, James Worthy is
the best.
Anybody, like, it's a gift. And so, with this group, I think, coming into the season, obviously the choice was continuity with a core group of guys that were returning, which was, I think, the right choice. But then there was also, like, the other half of the team were new guys again. So even though there was some continuity with familiar faces from the great, like, second half of the season and postseason run, you still have half of the Lakers that have never played basketball together. And you're on arguably the biggest and brightest stage with as high of an expectation this year as anybody because of the way they ended the season last year.
Right.
So, in my opinion, there is enough there to win at a high level again this year, but then the inevitable kind of ups and downs of a new team also still exist with this group. It's not the same team that ended the season last year, and they haven't had all the guys that came to join this year.
Yeah.
So it's been a mixed bag. I don't understand why all of a sudden people feel like Darvin Ham can't coach.
He didn't forget.
No.
You don't forget.
In 6 months. Yeah.
Players are different. The seasons are different. Believe it or not, the Lakers are on more towards the end of the window than the beginning, right? The Nuggets at the top.
Right.
They're at the beginning of their window.
Right.
The Oklahoma City Thunder, the Minnesota Timberwolves. So when you're a team that's more towards the end of your window, as we're seeing with the Golden State Warriors, it's hard to hold on to something that you're still trying to keep, as opposed to the younger teams that are at the front of their window with more energy, more burst, more like there's more to their group. So we just still have to wait and see, and that's what you guys get paid to do, is hype us up and tell us why we should or shouldn't care in the first place.
Okay, I've told this story in the air before, but I've never had the guts to tell it in front of you, but I think you'll find it funny. One of my favorite stories is, right in the middle of the playoffs, the NFL playoffs. And so back in the day, Derek and Kobe were in the same backcourt and together every day. And Fish grew up a big Cowboys fan. Sorry to bring that up today.
Good.
Kobe grew up a big Eagles fan.
Yeah.
So we have a day game in New Jersey, back when the Nets used to play in New Jersey. And the Lakers blow the Nets out. 20-point win. It's a day game. And Kobe goes to Fish and goes, hey, you know that the Eagles and Cowboys are playing on Sunday Night Football, and we're like 45 minutes from Philly. So Fish goes, yeah, I know. Kobe says, let's go. Let's go to the game. Loser will pick up the tab for everything, but let's buy tickets. Let's go. We'll get a couple security guys. We'll catch up with the team later. And they tell Phil, and Phil says, okay. And they're talking crap to each other because Fish would not back down from his Cowboys, and Kobe would not back down from his Eagles. They get in the car. They leave. We get in the bus, go to the airport. You didn't go to the game that night, Fish. Why?
You tell it. You tell the story better than I do.
I'm on the plane.
Yep.
And we're not going anywhere.
Yep.
And I walk up to Phil and I go, hey, Coach, what are we waiting for? He goes, you didn't hear? He goes, no. About Kobe and Fish? I go, yeah, they're going to the football game. He goes, they didn't check. The game's in Dallas.
Oh, that is
Did you make it all the way to the stadium, or did somebody figure it out on the ride?
No, it was on the ride. We did not drive up to the stadium.
Well, the good news is you guys were important enough to the team that we held the plane for.
Sure.
Yeah, one of us.
Yeah.
I'd like to think we would have held it for you. You were a pretty important part of that team. All
So,
right.
as a Cowboys fan, Mike McCarthy, Dak Prescott, what do you think?
I mean, my honest answer is my Cowboys fan years have slowed in the last few.
Well, you've been out here for a while now.
Yeah, but for a different show, it's just cool. My thoughts though are that again, you're seeing a team and people who are experiencing in one of the biggest, brightest markets in the world the pressure that exists to perform, and so that's what happens when you're feeling that. Is that you may not always live up to your potential, what you're actually capable of, because there's something happening mentally and psychologically that is blocking your physical performance. And I think that, in the last several years, we've had guys that have come through L.A., play for the Lakers, so-so performance, whatever we want to call it, and then they go to other teams and look great.
Yeah.
Because it's different when you play for the Cowboys. It's different when you play for the Lakers.
It's a really good point.
Yeah.
And that's what's likely to happen more times than not. It's hard to win even if you're not in front of the whole world. But if you play for the Dallas Cowboys, you're in front of the entire football and sports world. You're going to feel that pressure the same way I think that guys in basketball, feel it here.
Fish, last thing for me, when you watch the Lakers and you're doing a select amount of shows from Spectrum, so you're watching it, if I gave you a magic wand and said, you could address one thing, fix one thing. It could be defensive, it could be offensive, it could be three-point shooting, it could be anything. What would you focus on? What do you think the biggest concern if you're Darvin Ham is to try and get this on track for the second half?
Yeah, I think the one non-negotiable thing would be somehow increasing the defensive rating, efficiency, the things that they're
and just to
taking
get timely
away from.
stops.
Yeah, because every championship team has been, in the last 20 years at least, top 5, top 10 in the league, one of by far the best defenses in all of basketball, which then means you are getting timely stops. They aren't making 17 or 18 or 19 threes in a game because you're that good defensively. Also, what I think that would do, again, my opinion, is what the Lakers do best is attacking defenses in transition before they are set.
Right.
Because you cannot get in front of LeBron and take a charge. Impossible. Yeah. Anthony Davis is such a threat if he gets down the floor early and takes post position. So they'd be in transition more often than being forced to not necessarily run slow down half court offense, but a lot of their offensive possessions lead more to AD touches, LeBron touches, maybe a double team, maybe you get a quality shot. But the defense being elite again, which I think is what Darvin Ham is trying to do.
Right.
You have to start somewhere. You cannot necessarily be both equally at the same time. The defense would, to me, spur the offense, ignite the offense a little bit more. They get more efficient shots.
Cool, man. Well, you going to sign some autographs?
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
a lot of people here,
very
man.
nice of you to come out.
Yeah,
man.
really,
I know
really
everybody's
cool,
really
man.
happy
Great
to see
seeing you.
Great to
I
see you.
appreciate it.
Good
Thank
luck
you very
at
much.
Crespi, too.
Thank you.
That's a lot
I
of fun.
appreciate it.
I know Chris McGee, the alum, is on
Yes,
you.
yes, he is.
Derek
Appreciate it,
Fisher,
guys.
Derek Fisher,
Lakers
everybody.
legend. And we'll be right back with the Wheel of Questions. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.